Alright, so 6 a.m. and we're starting to get the tour prepared here. Alrighty then. First thing we're doing today is field work. So we're starting off with the fields. So obviously we're coming out of the farm here. I didn't open up the gates yet, so we're gonna open up the gates so everybody feels welcome. You're welcome. So open up the gates. Oops, where am I going? Gates. So field work first. So we're gonna get the harvest going. Both the wheat and canola are ready to harvest. So first things first, we'll come out here and show what equipment we have. So obviously everybody likes to come in, big open farm. Actually, nice open area. Let me go ahead and open up all the doors here. So we can show a little bit of everything. Well, those doors don't matter so much as the big doors. Oh, that thing slams shit hard. Ah, I almost forgot we can go in the front door there. Yeah, both. Okay, cool. So gates are open, ready to go. Chickens are free range, but they're not going to take off because they don't want to leave their food and their eggs. Yeah, so I brought the vehicles out here. There's a tractor with the baler, so we can get that going too. A little bit easier just to follow through. First things first. So anybody that's for this tour, we're going to do the field work first. So we'll jump in the tractor or the combine here. Generally, the combine just looks like this before you get. I mean, it's got little paint issues. Unfortunately, it's been used a few times, so it's not brand spanking new. But hopefully, we'll be able to get some stuff together here. So what we'll do is, first things first, when we get the combine, the harvester here, as they call it, we open it up, so that way we have everything ready to go. Then, as you can see down the bottom, we grab the header, boom. Honk the horn for good luck. I'll turn the beacon on so vehicles can see us. Cars are coming, so I'm going to wait until they move out, because I got to back up into the street to get this moved forward. Now I'll go ahead and do this, backing up. And then what we'll do is, watch out for the gym behind us too, that's not good. Watch it, homie. We'll go ahead and drop the header in the harvest mode. You can see it harvesting. Now what it's doing is scooping up the grain, or the whole thing there from the bottom. It takes the grain, puts it into the bin up top here, and then spits out the rest of the stuff. It's straw chopped up. Turn off the beacon there. So that way we get pretty much everything we can out of these fields. So this will take these down and go from that point, and then it'll be nice. Nice and harvested. Some of these areas are smaller. The fields are kind of tight in here, some areas, but they still work very, very well. So that's a good thing. So we'll go ahead and knock this down, and boom, okay. Tight in there, yeah, but what we're doing was called the headlet. So we'll go around the outside of this, the whole field, like once or a couple times usually. That way there's some room to turn around instead of running into the sides of the fields or whatever's on the side here. Sometimes fences, trees, whatever. So this is nice because we're getting this all picked up, and it's working that way. So we'll get this moved in, and yeah, we'll go around this here, and then I'll show you how we can go ahead and dump it into the trailer there. So this is how we do the harvest. So I'll go ahead and get this all harvested up, and then we'll show you the next step on the fields here. So yeah, I'll get this moved forward, and we'll see you all in a few. Alright, so we're coming back out of here. So we've got 12 liters left. It's almost empty, but of course the trailer's full. Whoops, I didn't see the car there. So yeah, this is why we be careful here. So I'm going to go ahead and tuck this around. Okay. But this header will go back on the trailer here. And as you can see up at the top left there, I have it on the front implement because we want to make sure on the right piece of equipment, because if I'm on that one, it's not going to do it as easily. Take this up to here. Drop it off. Boom. So as we rotate away, it'll lock into place for us there. Now what we'll do is we'll go ahead and snag the trailer. So the trailer hits on the bottom of this guy. To empty this out first, so let's do that first. That'd be great. So we're going to go ahead and go back over to here first. Trailer's full. I can't do anything with this. Okay. So since we've got this all taken care of, we can do a couple different things. We can either sell off the crop. If we go here, sorry, tractor was still rolling behind there. We could take it to any of these locations and sell it for profit. Now if we look at this screen, it shows seasonal for this wheat. The highest is 750, and we're looking at 599. That's actually in the train, so we have to rent the train. So what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and store this in the silo here. So the silo here. Now with the farm too, we don't have, this is what we have here. This is our, plan on adding some more. So part of the farmyard is actually the fields are, it's all in here, but some of the fields are actually other people's. So we're working on trying to get a few things. So I'm just going to take this into the silo. We'll dump it in there for now. And I'll come back and grab the rest of this. And then we'll finish with that part of the yard, the field work, I should say. So if we go down here, come all the way to the end here, so we'll go right into our silo areas. This is nice. Watch out for the chicken, don't want to kill it. I'm scared of it. And same thing, top left corner, not on the, there we go, boom. We'll make sure we have the equipment over to the right spot there, so you can see inside here, pretty nice. And look in the mirror, you can see the trailer going up. And back down. Alright, so that's good there. So we'll go ahead and take this back out. So the harvest and get that last little bit of, I usually keep the gates and everything closed, so I'm not used to coming through here. With that last little bit there, we can go ahead and grab the trailer and put the harvester down here. Some crops take different headers. This one obviously takes the green header that we're using now. The 3 fields that we had stuff that crops that would take that. So, oh yeah, I gotta turn this guy on. Right, so now that is emptied out, and we can go ahead and lift this, and as you can see, when we fold it up, that bottom piece flips up a little bit. It wasn't that much, but still, it was enough apparently to affect it. We'll grab this trailer here. If I can turn it the right way, that'd be amazing. I think it was something clipped. Yep, there we go. Okay. It was just on a bump somewhere or something. So we got the trailer. Go ahead and pass this all out. Same thing over here. We'll go ahead and just drop the trailer off. Turn off it. Since we're not by main roads, I was going to turn off the beacons. That way we don't have to worry about it. Now I do crop destructions on here, so we don't want to destroy the crop, obviously. So that's money in our pocket, or not in our pocket, however you want to look at it. If you don't do it right. So just wiggle around, just wiggle, 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 wiggle. And same thing with this, since this is a grain crop. See, as you look in here, These are the headers that do pretty much everything here. There's a couple of them do sunflowers, but they're a specialty header. Other headers we have are corn and sunflower, so it's a little bit different look to them, obviously. If we don't have any of those crops, we don't need to worry about them. So this one will be... Oops, now I need to unfold the harvester again. Now I can go ahead and harvest stuff. And now that we have nothing in the... Now see, it shows canola going in there, in the bottom right there. So, this we don't get any straw off of, so that's a bummer, but it works out that way. So as we're utilizing this, obviously it goes right to the harvester here, and this one has the same type of thing. There's a couple, and the wheat's another option. I forgot about that. We can actually take the wheat to, if we owned it, we don't. Well, I can't remember. To the where are you at here? Oh, wrong spot. I know I had it here somewhere. There's a flour mill. And the flour can be taken over to the bakery. So I have the dairy, which is right there. Okay, that's right. There's a flour mill somewhere. I've got to remember where. Grain mill. Okay, that's over by the. It's over by the animal dealership. So take the grain over there. You can either take the grain to the flour mill. So we don't have that one, so we don't own it. Just the basic one close to us. So you take it to the flour mill, sell it. Or sorry, you can sell it, store it, or take it to the flour mill and produce it further. Canola here, you can do the same type of thing. You can either store it, sell it, or produce it further, which goes to canola, goes to an oil as well, so you can make canola oil. So that's pretty neat. Sorry about that. So we can do some things with it, which is really nice. Or, I'm sorry, the wheat, some of the other grains you can actually utilize for feed as well. So like the wheat, barley, oats, sorghum, things like that. Unfortunately, canola, well, canola I think you can put in with pig food. It's a process. Anyway, some things just don't make more production, but sometimes and it's just fine in whichever way you want to use it. I like to put the canola out front here, especially when it's bright and yellow, when it's in the process of still growing. It's a nice bright yellow contrast out in front here. It's really nice. I thought about doing a grass field, but grass would be nice, yes, but it just be plain old grass. So. Either way, it works out. So I'm going to get this field finished up as well, and go on to the next level here. Once I get this done, we'll show you how to continue on the other field with the baling. So there's a couple options. You can use a baler or a forage harvester, or you can just plow it back in the ground. You don't even have to keep it. We could have just spread it out like this is here. But it's a good extra crop. Plus, we can use it for the cows or pigs for their feed option. It does help with certain digestive things and produce manure in this process. Yep, I'm going to get this field all taken care of here. Get this one chopped up, and we'll go on to the next level. See y'all in a few. Alright, and next step here, we're going to go ahead and so there's some options you can do with the straw here. We're going to use the baling technique here. So as you can see, the back end, I'd unfold it, drop that little guy down. You can see it dropping up and down. Hit the button, turn it on. Now it's going to scoop it up. And there we go. And as you can see at the bottom there, it's making the bales. This one actually takes the loose material, presses it together, then it actually puts some straps around it to turn it into a bale. This is a small baler, so it's obviously really tiny bales. They have different sizes on them. But this one will actually go into 14 a loader that does actually picks up 14 of these bales, turns into one standard-ish bale type thing. It's a pretty neat idea, but yes, we'll go ahead and get these all taken care of after we get the bales done, and we get them picked up, and then we can go ahead and mulch the field. As you can see, there's kind of see the little stubbles that are sticking up there. If we mulch it, it'll give us the next level of basically the better we can get the yields out of it, the more finesse that we do with the fields, I guess you could say. The better we take care of them, the better they produce, and then we have a better yield, a better crop, and get some better money out of them. It's pretty nice, and everybody gets a better product, of course, too. That's always a good, very good thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish these bales. That shouldn't take too much longer here. And then, yeah, we'll make sure I get that whole scoop there. I don't like to leave stuff. There we go. So I'll get the rest of these bales done on this field here and get ready for the mulching process. I will see y'all in a few. Alright, we're coming down to the end of the baling part here. And as you can see, I kind of skipped a row. It's easier to do that. You just start from the outside, skip a row, next one, skip a row, next one. As you can tell, because when you try and turn these things, that turn on a dime for sure. So that's fully turned, cranked. So see, it goes to this. Basically, we'll skip one anyway. So might as well go ahead and just follow it. And it depends on the size of the header. So if we had a big, huge header on the harvester, it would have been further apart, so you can turn a little sharper. But so that's what it really comes down to. With standard, smaller, or medium type equipment like we have going on here, it's just easier just to skip a line and come back to it, which isn't a problem. Obviously, still get everything. We just have a bunch of these little tiny baby bales. Got a few spots which we missed, but it's not going to hurt anybody. It's basically an after crop, or what do you call it? It's technically the waste of the crop that we got there, but obviously we can get some use out of it, which is really nice. And heck, we can even use decorations, you know. People use it for seats and everything. Sit down and have it, enjoy it. Just don't get prickly with the piece of straw on your butt. Because that wouldn't be very fun. No. So yeah, well, I'm going to go ahead and, since we don't need to do the other field over there because it doesn't produce straw, I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. I can spit the next one out. We might have enough on the field here to get one more bale out of this. Let me go back to those areas that we were at. So I'm going to take this baler. Well, let's take it. Yep, there's some spots up here. So many little tiny baby bales. Let's see if I can get this here. Across to 92. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough. It's not a major deal. I mean, I'll just use it for the next round, and the next time we have some straw bales would be good. It's 94. Ooh. Not quite, so let's go ahead and fold this guy up. Fold it up and lift the catch, and we're good. Squeezing through everything here. Like a restart. Alright, I'll take this back. We'll grab the bale grabber, and we'll be back in a few. Right, and this little guy here, as you can see, it's already got a couple of bales in it from last time, which isn't a problem. So we'll go ahead and start this up, unfold it. What it does is just grabs a bale, one of these baby bales, sucks it in there. And when it gets two, lifts it up, takes the next one, stuffs it in there. The next one stuffs it in there. Pushes it back. Oh, I didn't see that there. Oh, I thought I had that just a bit off. Oh. So yeah, this will pick them up, and here I'll show you. We'll get a load real quick here, a full one. And, I mean, as you can see, these are small bales, but we get 14 of these guys. It makes one big bale, and then this goes into that situation. So go ahead and pull this all together. So we got 11, this will be number 12. So 2 more, and we will have one full tight bale there. As you see, it rolls up to the next level. Slides it back, boom, we hit the button there. And when I hit this again, it'll automatically bale it and dump it out. Strapped it up, there's one bale, knocks it out. We move forward, boom, close it back up, and we're good to go. Now we got 14 little bales strapped into one big bale. Kind of cool. So I'm going to go ahead and finish getting these bales off this field, and I'll be back in a little bit. Alright, and now we're going to go ahead and got the flatbed trailer here. Go ahead and grab those bales off the field. So we need to get the dealio over here, which is our front loader here. So this tractor has the option to, yep, and there's the bale spike on there. I have a couple implements in the front of this guy. It's first, as you can see, it's a bale loader or the forklifter dealio. So we're going to take the bale spike here and go over there and grab those bales off the field. So we have those available for next time. So this field's been harvested, we can drive on it now. We're not going to kill any crop, even though the harvester or the tractor is not going to hurt it. Some of the tracks could be a little bit of a problem. So we'll go ahead and looks like most of the bales are up over here, so I'm just going to park it up here where it's got a decent spot. What's wrong there? Change to the mat, implement, boom. And you see it's got wheel chocks, so it's going to stay in place, which is really nice. Then we just come over to one of these guys, and we can grab it here. Try and get out as straight as you can. If you don't get it too straight, you're going to have a little bit of a problem loading them because they're going to be a little bit off, especially if you're going to stack them. Since we don't have that many, it's probably not going to be that big of a problem, but just go ahead and get as close as you can. Spike them, bam. Lift them up. Now the more you're doing, and especially with the silage one, it's a good idea to have a weight on the back of the tractors, which I have a couple down there, but down at the farm, but the problem is carrying a trailer too, it doesn't, it's hard to do with both, so. And sometimes we get heavier equipment or heavier bales or whatever you're hauling, it can definitely take a toll on your stuff. To be a little different. And we'll just drop it down to there and back off. And boom, one down. And we got a few more to go here, so I'm going to go ahead and snag these real quick, and I'll be back in a few. Alright, last bale on here. Looks like about 9 of them. That's not bad. Well, 9 of the big ones all together, which is what, 9 times 14? It's a lot. It's actually quite a bit. Now with the bales, like I said, we could take them and put them into animal pens as needed. If we go to the animals here, sheep don't need them, chickens don't need them, the cows do use it. So straw, we're pretty good on straw there. Pigs, same thing. We could use some, so let's go by there and see if we can. Sometimes you can get the bales to work, sometimes you have to have loose straw, so either which way on that. Tie the straps down, boom, we're good to go. I we have a bit of straw in the, yeah, we got quite a bit of straw. We're good on the straw because he's not worried about it. So we can also sell it. Oops, no, I just went past the straw. So we can also take the straw and sell it to animal dealer, biomass. Same thing. Those are 84 generally. So we're not in a good time frame. So now I'm not going to need this bale tree. Actually, yeah, I'm going to need some tree. So I'm going to go ahead and take these and get rid of these guys. We got to take them off the trailer here because I'm going to need this for some production things, but not at the moment. So we're good right now. I'm going to go ahead and take this and put it aside. And then we're going to finish up what we have over on this side of the field and go to the next step. So what we can do here is drop this guy back off over here. Boom. Okay. And we'll take this. Ooh, almost run into the building there. That's not good. We'll just move this off to the side for right now because we're not going to use it at the moment. So, just going to push it over here so I don't pull off the tractor and everything. Leave that there. So, this one, oh, sorry, the harvester, we're going to take this. It has canola in it. Go ahead and dump this into the trailer here. I'm going to go back to this guy here. I'm going to go ahead and just drop the trailer. Because I do want to get the mulcher so we can get started on that. Mulch it, we'll cultivate it, and then we'll go ahead and go from there. I like to mulch it, mulch it. Yeah, we're going to grab this fella here, which is the Mulchinado. I'm going to go mulch that field over there, which gives us a better crop yield in the long run. Okay, it's the cultivator in there. Or roller, that's right. I had to think about what the heck I'm doing. So we'll bring this over to this side here, and I'll show you how the mulching part works. Pretty interesting, you just basically drop it down, it chops up those. So you can see if you look, you can see little stubbles there. See those stubbles sticking up, so when we go over with the mulcher, it basically chops those down. It chews up the grass a little bit too, but it's okay, we don't need to worry about it because grass goes by so fast. So we'll drop this guy down and then start going. As you can see, it's just chopping it up and it's flattening that out. It's pretty slick little maneuvers here. Go to the end here and we'll go ahead and lift this up because it doesn't need any motor or anything, but so as you can see, different color obviously for one. You can see the grain lifted up on this, or the stubbles on there, and over here it's all pushed down. So it does show weeds growing now too. It's harvested, and this just says wheat. And on the map here, it does show a different scenario. On that one. Oh, over here it will show mulch when we have the mulching on. So there we go. So we'll go ahead and finish mulching this guy. We'll get the, well, both these fields will get mulched, and then we'll go ahead and get to the cultivation stage. And I will be back then. I'll see you in a few. Alright, so we're finishing up this part. Putting some of the stuff back. We're done with the harvester, so we can go ahead and take that back into the, and park it where it needs to go. So we'll take the harvester into the back here. And right into that tunnel there, I just threw this in here, the fuel station, which is nice. It's on this side, but you can actually fill it up through here. Toolbox for working on a vehicle, and then a sprayer, so everything's kind of enclosed, even though it's open on the ends. Works out pretty nicely. Pretty good. Of course, like we were saying before, and like this whole process is, this is an old farm. It's been around for a while, so we're just taking care of it and keeping it running. Oops. Park this harvester to go back into the building here. So some of this equipment was already here, so we've kind of swapped her out or rearranged a little bit, and we're working forward from there. So go ahead and park this trailer back over this way. Head inside the combine here, as you can see. It's a pretty neat little setup. Your radio, your AC going, looks like we're good. So we'll pull up past this here. Go ahead to back this tractor up over to this side. Pulling in here. Another pretty neat thing is your harvesting, you can actually see in the back there. You can see it start filling up, it's pretty cool. And we're done in here, so we'll go ahead and hop out. And then we'll go back and finish mulching that other area and cultivate the next level. The cultivator's over here, so let's go ahead and grab a tractor. Then we can dump this and then we'll use this guy. So we'll dump this canola into the silo. This is a multigrain silo, so it separates it automatically, which is pretty nice having those options. Otherwise, we'd have to have a separate silo for each one of these, which isn't bad either. It's just different. So we're using this. I'll just park it back in the corner here, where I've been putting it, kind of out of the way, be it accessible. Right now we'll grab the cultivator and we'll go cultivate other field there. You can see that right here are the two weights that I have here, so these can go on either the front or the back of the tractors with the 3-point hitch on it. Well, there's some chicken nuggets. There's a plow back over there too, so we can utilize either one of these. We don't need to plow right now, we're just using the cultivator. Sorry, this thing's a little bit dirty. That's okay, it's gonna get dirtier in a minute. That's the way I usually go when there's nobody watching or nobody around. It's just easier for me to cut through that way instead of opening a bunch of doors and everything. So we'll come over here and we'll take this, open the cultivator up. And then just drop it down. And as we go forward, you can see it changes the type of soil mix there, which is cultivated now. And if we look on our calendar deal here, or our setup, if we go to this page, as you can see, there's nothing there normally. As we're going across this, it says seed bed there on the right, which is, stubble tillage, because it's kind of a stubble smushed up, so, but it works out that way. So once we get this all cultivated, as you can see, it's not pulling up any stones, which is nice. It's a narrow one, but, or sorry, a shallow cultivator. So we do get weeds, unfortunately. So we can take care of the weeds though right away. So as you can see, we have this part here, then over here it's cultivated, and so it takes out this part takes out the weeds, but once we plant, it'll bring the weeds back in. So there's somebody driving, so I help run it. So I can show you a little bit. So we'll go ahead and get this field cultivated. Once this is cultivated, well, we can't plant yet. We can get it fertilized or weeded get the weeder out and get it fertilized so we can do those type of things. This is how I like to do it. Oh, God, dear. I thought there was a person for a second. I was like, what the heck was that? This is the way I do things here on this. You know, if after a harvest, mulch it. If it needs plowing, then I'll plow it. If it doesn't, cultivate. If it does need plowing, plow it. And generally, after plowing, you get rocks that come up. So you get the stone picker. Stone picker picks up the stones, but it also does a cultivated state, which is pretty nice. So that's why we have all this equipment just in case. May not need it all, no, right off the bat, but it's nice to have so that way you can do. And as I said, like the small, oh man, I forgot. Well, the small baler, then the other tractor, the 715, that one's actually the Fendt there. Those were actually part of this farm originally. We had a John Deere was a smaller horsepower, so they ended up trading that in and got this other Fendt here, which is a higher level, newer vehicle. Gives a better plant, and as you can see, it's pushing that dirt down there, but yet flattening it out afterwards too. It's pretty nice. And so we'll go ahead and finish this guy up here, and once we're done cultivating here, we'll be back in a few. See a little bit. Alright, as you can see, the ground shows nothing for fertilizer, just been done here. So if we look at this, we can take the mulch off of there. You can see it needs some fertilizing in certain areas. So we don't need plowing, lime, or anything else, so we'll just go ahead and fertilize it. We can't plant anything really except for grass right now. So we'll have to wait until next month, then we can go ahead and put the canola back down front there again, and then go from there. But we can go ahead and get it fertilized, get one state of fertilization down here. As you can see, it just sprays out and boom, turns out a different color, which is nice. So this gives us a higher yield percentage, which is really good. I'm going to start trying to use some fertilizer from the animals. You know, we got some newer and slurry, which is a more natural, obviously. So that way we can get some natural feeling to it and go el natural. But other than that, yeah, we're just moving along here and taking care of business. Won't be able to seed yet, so we'll have to be, this is pretty much the last part we're going to do for this month. For this idea here, because we have to wait until we're able to fertilize or seed what we need. And the only thing, like I said, we can seed right now is just the grass. See, I hate when I do that. And miss some spots here and there, but yeah, just back up and do it again. That's another reason why I get the skinnier tires on these things, because if I need to go across the field when there's actually crop starting to grow, we don't want to destroy it. And with crop destructions, it could be a mess. So, as you can see here, that blue color changes. So that's good. So now we have fertilization on here. We got to cultivate the other field down there, and then the same thing, we'll go ahead and put fertilizing on it. And then once we get to the point of seeding, after we seed, generally we can get weeds if we do the shallow cultivating like we did here. Which isn't a terrible thing. We can just use a weeder, which is pretty inexpensive and fairly easy to do, especially on smaller fields like this. Or we can use a sprayer, which gets to be a little more expensive, but the chemical weeding is definitely not the best thing to do. But so that's fertilized, boom, done. So now we're going to have to wait until the next season there, or next cycle, which is next month technically, for one field or for one crop, and then we can go ahead and do some of the other ones a month after that. But we'll go ahead and get this all finished up, and hope you liked this episode. Apologize, I didn't realize we were going to be doing a a virtual tour. That's why I had everything open. I cleaned everything up and tried making sure we were ready to go, but still good to keep everything ready. But the virtual tour is definitely different than the in-person one. I wasn't advised of that until literally this morning. So either which way, still, if you like farming and like more to see, come visit the Old Stream Farm, and we'll show you how it's done. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you next for the animals. Next.